On the stitch plate of the Bernina, you will find helpful lines in both millimeter and inches. First off, every pattern will have a different seam allowance, so make sure you check to see which line you should be following. Also too, this last line out here is 1 inch, but there's some vertical lines, or I should say horizontal lines, going across your fabric. If you know what these are for, they will be very helpful. So first off, the line that's closest to the needle, it is even with the needle, that would be as if you want the needle to start right on the edge of the fabric. Well, here's the thing, sometimes that first stitch, if it doesn't get caught in fabric, it can kind of, will catch and not get started. So if you slide your fabric to the second line, which is about 1/8 of an inch or 3 millimeters away from the start of the needle, you are guaranteed to always have the fabric underneath the needle when you start. You also have lines even further back and near the front. These are 5/8 of an inch. We'll do those when we do buttonholes. For example, if you want buttonholes, you'll put your fabric edge into the back line, 5/8 of an inch. You won't even have to mark it other than the starting point. And then just sew, and you'll be exactly 5/8 of an inch from the edge of the fabric. Same thing when you're sewing. If you need to stop 5/8 of an inch from the beginning, stop when your fabric is even with the first horizontal line. Now there is a very small one, the little hash mark as I call it, even with the feed ducts, that is a 1/4 inch seam allowance. So sometimes when I'm doing quilting, I will utilize that and put my fabric just to the left of that line, and you know what that gets me? A scant 1/4 inch. So that is very helpful. Now eventually you run out of lines and you might need some extra help. You do have a seam guide in your accessory box, and this will slide into the back of most of the feet Bernina makes where there is a need for a seam guide. You loosen the screw and then go ahead and tighten it. And I would recommend tightening it with a screwdriver. Also too, sometimes the first time you go to loosen these, you will need to give it a little loosen. Then you can finger tighten them. But here's the thing, I often have people who will come in and say, oh, you know what, this was running around my sewing machine and I'm scared to know where it's from. Well, guess what? It's from one of the back of your feet. It's very common. I'll just look and see who's missing it. And I have noticed that even on the machines or feet with the D setting for the dual feed to come down, there is only one screw on the back. And that should be enough to hold that guide in place, but there is 2 holes. So if you feel like you need to move a screw from a different foot, you could also engage that and have them be on both sides of the foot there is. What's really nice here is that you're not having to mark every single line if you're doing multiple rows of decorative stitches or doing some cross hatching. You can do that with a walking foot. Speaking of walking feet, if you purchase a walking foot, you will get 2 additional guides. They will be much longer. There'll be a right one and a left one. So if you're looking for extra guides, go for a walking foot and you'll have exactly what you need. So utilize all the marks, check them out. There's even diagonal lines, so if you're sewing corner to corner, you can keep that lined up and keep it nice and even. Remember, there's even guides on your sewing table to help you even further. So these lines will extend in front of you if you don't already have your machine in a cabinet.